Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're jumping into something pretty intriguing, a really high-stakes political accusation. But here's the twist.
Yeah.
It wasn't made through, the usual official channels. Nope, it went straight to social media and even got flagged to international bodies. Quite a start to a political dispute.
It really is. And our mission today is to unpack the specific controversy brewing in Somalia. We're looking at claims made by a member of parliament, Dr. Abdullahi Abib. He publicly accused State Minister MP Ali Omar of some serious things, visa fraud and even human trafficking.
Wow. Okay, so we'll dig into those claims. We'll look at the official responses that came out pretty quickly. And there's a detailed legal analysis we need to cover, plus what this all means for, political behavior and the rule of law there.
Exactly. And we're grounding this discussion in a few key sources. We've got the original social media posts where the accusations first surfaced. Then there are official statements from Somalia's ambassador to the U.S. And crucially, this legal deep dive by Abdullah Yabaro, who's a master of law and scholar.
Okay, got it. So let's start at the beginning. What exactly did Dr. Abib allege? What was the basis?
Well, the core of it was a Somali Temporary Travel Document, or TTD. It was issued back in March 2024. Dr. Abib got hold of this document, put it out there on social media, and he didn't just post it. He actually tagged foreign embassies, donor institutions, basically presenting this single document as, smoking gun proof of fraud and trafficking involving the state minister.
Okay, so a very public accusation using this document.
Yeah.
But you mentioned an official response came quickly. From the ambassador to the U.S., Professor Dahir Hassan.
Yes, very swiftly. Ambassador Hassan came out with a rebuttal that hit two really key points. First off, he said, look, I wasn't even the ambassador back in March 2024 when this TTD was issued, so questioning the relevance to his current tenure. And second, maybe even more critical, he explained what these documents are. These go-home documents, as he put it, the TTDs, they're standard consular tools. They're used specifically to help repatriate Somali nationals who were stranded abroad. It's a normal procedure.
Right. So not necessarily suspicious on its face. He also warned about misinformation, didn't he?
He did. He strongly cautioned against spreading unverified information, especially pointing out the responsibility leaders have to be accurate.
Okay, so the ambassador clarified the purpose of the document. Now, let's bring in the legal expert, Abdullahi Yabaro. His analysis seems central here. What did he find about the TTD itself? Was it legitimate?
Yabaro's analysis was very clear on this. He found the TTD was, and I'm quoting him here, legally and procedurally sound. His investigation showed there was absolutely nothing unusual or illegal about its issuance. It was done completely in line with established, long-standing consular protocols. These are protocols designed precisely to help vulnerable Somalis abroad.
So the document itself checks out legally, but what about the accusation against State Minister Ali Omar? Did Yabaro find any link, any legal basis for implicating him?
None whatsoever. Yabaro was definitive. He stated, there is no legal basis whatsoever to implicate State Minister Ali Omar. However, he clarified that the minister's position, his role, it just doesn't involve the hands-on processing or approval of these kinds of documents. It's handled at a different level. Plus, under Somali criminal law, and this is common in many legal systems, you need actual proof. Proof of intent, proof of direct misconduct, and in this case, that proof just wasn't there.
Okay, so legally the link wasn't established. Did Yabaro comment on Dr. Abib's method of making the accusation, going public on social media instead of using official channels?
Oh yes, he had some strong words about that. A significant part of his analysis critiqued the approach. He pointed out the failure to use the proper channels, like reporting concerns through the legal system or within Parliament itself. Yabaro basically said that just, publishing unverified allegations on social media, tagging diplomats, and bypassing due process isn't just reckless, it actually risks legal trouble itself, like breaching defamation laws, and potentially even violating parliamentary privilege protections, which are meant for debate within the system, not outside it like this.
That's a really serious point, using privilege improperly.
Yeah.
And does this kind of public, unsubstantiated accusation have wider consequences beyond just the individuals? For Somalia's reputation, maybe?
Absolutely. That was another major concern Yabaro raised. Actions like this can significantly damage Somalia's international reputation. Think about it tagging foreign embassies in an internal dispute without solid evidence. It risks undermining diplomatic relations and national sovereignty. Yabaro argues it escalates things internationally without due process first.
It sounds like he sees this case as a symptom of something bigger, too.
Exactly. He suggests this incident isn't just isolated, but reflects deeper systemic issues in Somalia's political framework. He specifically points a finger at weaknesses in the current indirect electoral system. The argument is that this system might allow personal agendas to play out more easily, maybe without the direct accountability you'd get from voters. And because of this, he actually calls for reform, advocating for a move towards a one-person, one-vote system.
Interesting how a specific case can open up these broader systemic questions. So bringing it back to the minister, Ali Omar. After all this, the ambassador's clarification, Yabaro's legal analysis, what's the bottom line on his position?
The conclusion is that Minister Ali Omar's position remains legally and ethically solid. The fundamental legal principle, the presumption of innocence, holds firm here. No credible evidence or legal argument was presented to challenge it.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. What are the key things you, our listeners, should take away from this deep dive?
Well, I think it powerfully underscores the critical importance of evidence. You can't just make claims. And due process. There are established ways to handle concerns and accusations for a reason.
Right, relying on institutions matters, even when social media feels faster or louder.
Precisely. Which leads to maybe a final thought for you to mull over. What does this specific case tell us about the broader challenges we face everywhere with information integrity, especially in the digital age? And, maybe more fundamentally, how crucial are things like institutional integrity and just basic rule of law for any political system to function properly?
Definitely something to think about, how we balance speed and accessibility with accuracy and fairness. Thanks for breaking that down.
My pleasure.